All right, good evening. What is up, guys? It is the Beast of the East podcast here on the Bleav Podcast Network. Also coming at you on the video side on y'all's conference network. That's our video network and our financial network, I guess. Whatever you want to call it. Joining me, we're back. Hope you guys had a good Valentine's Day with your wives. It's Vinny Hardy and Israel Troupe. What's up, guys?
What's up, CB? Man? What's going on?
Not a whole lot, man. It's we were talking pre-show, man. It's going to be an awesome show. We got a lot of hoops to talk about. We might even dive into Beast of the Big Ten with what just happened there. But before we get started, you can see our Twitter handles, our social media handles, Burton.Corey on Instagram if you want to follow me there, at Bleav Dawgs on all social media as well, at Bleav in Kentucky. You can find that all in the link below on our YouTube channel. So subscribe. Come find us wherever you want. We are also presented by Betonline. Guess what? Football's over, but no big deal. Well, it's coming back in a little while with the USFL, but basketball's in full steam, both NBA and college hoops. The dunk contest was a snooze fest. We'll get to that later. But from all the latest odds, totals, player performance props to where the next fired coach is going to land, Betonline is the number one spot for all your sports betting needs. So in order to play, and if you want to be one game away from your parlay like Israel did with Auburn basketball, head over to the website or use that mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code Bleav to get started. And it's not just basketball. BetOnline is your source for hockey, boxing, UFC odds, right to the Olympic coverage, which is kind of a snooze fest. And it is the best in the business, from sports right down to your favorite Vegas casino games. BetOnline is your number one online wagering destination. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports and play all your favorite games. BetOnline is where the game starts. So where should we start? Where should we start, gentlemen?
Can we talk about how bad Auburn is? And I really, really don't appreciate them messing up my parlay. All they had to do, I think it was a 4-point spread or something like that. All you had to do was just win by 4, which was easy against a struggling Florida team, although they've been playing some pretty good basketball as of late. But we're talking about the number 2 team in the nation here. Yeah. And they go out and lay a goose egg and lose me my parlay. I'm not real happy about it.
I bet you're not Florida ruined something else for you. That's it's no good.
God dang. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm watching the game. I'm like, Bruce Pearl, what are y'all doing? I think somebody had some money on that game other than me, because that was not Auburn basketball.
Mm-mm. It's like that movie Blue Chips where you bet on basketball where you shave points.
That's exactly what it looked like. I guess at least against Georgia. I mean, it was, Georgia actually played good that game, but they just played awful against Florida.
Wait, did you just say Georgia and play good in the same sentence?
Yeah, for the one time that they did.
Yeah.
Who y'all hate more?
That happened since.
Exactly. It's gotten worse, actually.
As Georgia guys, who do y'all hate more, Florida or Auburn? Because, that's both of y'all's biggest rivals. Georgia Tech too, but,
I hate Auburn in football. I don't really hate them during football season just because, it's going to be a great game anyway. I just really hate Auburn because they think they're supposed to beat us every year.
I hate
in basketball. I hate Florida in basketball because they usually are really good. And during basketball.
I'm going to say Florida with all the above, but really, Israel, you probably noticed this too. It is depending on where you live. So it's depending on your geographic location. Like if you live in North Georgia, you hate Tennessee. If you live in South Georgia, you probably hate Florida. If you live in West Georgia, you hate Auburn. If you live in Atlanta, it's kind of like a spin the wheel. Doesn't matter. But most of the time, you're probably going to hate Tech because that's what you're around. And if you live in East Georgia, you probably hate South Carolina. So it really just kind of depends. I've never seen a school that's had this many rivals, but I guess we border so many SEC schools. But for me, personally, it's Florida because I'd been to the Georgia-Florida game for 10 years running. Well, not 10 years running because I haven't been in a while, but I went for 10 years, and that was probably the worst fan experience I'd had with an opposing fan base. But since I've lived up here in Tennessee, the geographic thing really is coming true for me because Tennessee's crawling up that list.
True facts.
I get
True
it.
facts.
But we got some action in the chat. Angie Seymour jumps in. She says, "What's our opinion on Matt Luke?" Matt Luke retired today. In case
I saw that.
those of you that don't know, what's your thoughts on that, Israel?
I get people ask me all the time. They're like, "Hey, did you ever think about going and coaching college football?" Yes, if it's worth my while, if they're going to pay me enough to go do that. And then no, from the simple fact is, I like to be home by like 10 o'clock. I get to see my kids grow up. One thing that people don't understand about college is you have to recruit. Like once the season's over with, you don't get to go home. I mean, you're out on the road, you're out recruiting and things like that. So unless I was in it already, and I was already doing that, then I'd stay in it. But since I'm not, I just couldn't see myself, being on the road 24/7 and missing things with my kids. So I completely understand why he would retire. I mean, he just won national championship, so I'm pretty sure that was the last thing that he wanted to do was to win national championship, and he's done that. So, I mean, he's a great coach. He's a great guy. There's no controversy or anything with him going on as to why he left. So, he left on his own terms, and, congratulations to him and his family. And, hey, man, go enjoy your family time.
Absolutely, man. You've been a head coach, been a coordinator, you've been, you've developed offensive lines, you've helped the Dogs, you've helped recruit, bring in some really big studs, literally and figuratively, to the Bulldog family. So we wish you well. And we hope everything is all right. I hope that there's nothing that comes on the heels of this as far as like medical issues or, things that would probably force somebody into retirement. But, like I said, I wish all the best on Matt Luke. And if you really want to know who we're going to replace, Angie, you should check us out on Bleav in Georgia Dawgs. We'll talk about replacements more in depth with that. So, but yeah, congratulations, Matt Luke. You had a hell of a career. Now go enjoy your family.
Yeah, because once you see something like that unexpectedly happen, the first thing, especially now in today's world of college sports, you think, all right, what happened? Did he get in trouble? Was he messing around on his wife or something? Especially when you see family issues.
And that's a sad fact.
But I was like, Coach Luke is a pretty stand-up guy. So, once he made his statement, I was like, that makes sense. That's great.
Yeah.
You hate to think that way, but we ain't been wrong in the way we've been thinking.
I know,
lately.
right?
So,
but then again, the Auburn boosters kind of messed that up for us. Even like it because they completely fabricated a story about Brian Harsin just so they could avoid a buyout. I don't know why you do that, but it seems kind of silly. But
a mess, a disaster at the coaches' meeting. That was a mess, boy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
ridiculous.
It's got to be a real awkward feeling when you come in. You're just like, yeah. So raise your hand if your boosters don't want you here, and they're going to fabricate a story, and he's the only one that raises his hand. Yeah. He gives that exact look that Israel just gave. The kind of the look away and like, okay.
I'm still here.
Yeah. Right. Hanging by a thread, fellas.
He goes, is that bad? Is that bad that they wanted me to leave? Is that not good? That means something.
Made up a whole Lifetime movie about you just to get you out of office.
Jeez Louise, man. I don't even know if that girl really works for him.
She does. She actually does. She's like the recruiting, kind of like what
Katie Turner was for us.
Katie Turner and Angela, all of them that do for us.
Yeah.
That's what she is, and it's hard to think. Well, it's not hard considering what our boy from Arkansas did, but just to make up a story all of a sudden and get your guy fired just so you can pay him his bad.
Mm-hmm. So, but what does it feel like on her end? Like knowing that she was a pawn and all of that.
She was on a ski trip, so she wasn't worried about it.
Imagine getting that news. You're out there skiing. You're out there enjoying the slopes, wherever she was. We'll say Utah just for example purposes. You're cutting it up at Park City. All of a sudden, you look down at your phone and you see that you hooked up with Brian Harsin, and you're like, "Wait, what?" Imagine the steam coming out of her ears when she found that out. And exactly. I don't know if they actually really hooked up. They may have, but Not on the record. I don't know, but imagine getting that news.
Yeah, Vinny, your wife gets a call saying that you hooked up with your assistant. How's that going in the Hardy household?
Yeah, that's going to be explosive.
He says it so calmly because he knows it will be explosive. We're still hearing banging behind the door right now.
There's pots, and she's digging through the pots and pans to find something to throw at you.
Yeah.
She's trying to find something heavy enough to do some damage.
Right, man.
Now imagine your assistant is Jake from State Farm. That'd be really awkward.
You got some explaining to do, my guy.
Yeah.
So
speaking of explaining, let's talk about Charles' coach headbutting the ref on Saturday. I did see that. This is the first time I watched college basketball fully in a long time. I ain't never seen a coach headbutt a ref and stay in the game.
Like WWE.
I just looked up. He says Adams charged him. I don't know. It was, I don't know if it was gamesmanship on our part because Alabama was shooting the lights out. And Lance Ware and their guy got in a little bit of a tussle, and he kind of brushed him across the face. The review took, it took way too long. But I was tweeting it out. I was like, this probably might cool Alabama off. I mean, if nothing else, this might get them out of their rhythm because we played them a couple weeks ago down there. They went 3 for 30 from 3, couldn't buy one. So of course they come to Lexington shooting the lights out. They're on fire. They're not missing anything. And I do think that little dust up, it stopped the game. It stalled them, and
just get a flagrant too, just to throw them off rhythm.
Yeah, trying to get him flagrant, and he touched him in the face. It wasn't a slap. It wasn't, but I guess the rule is anything above the neck or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I think Kyle Tucker from Athletics said, Lance Ware won the game because he did change the course. He changed the course how the game was going. Kentucky went on a big run, and Alabama was, 9 for 11 at halftime from 3, and we're trailing. Up 13, they're trailing by 1 at halftime. I said, how deflating is that to absolutely everything you throw up goes in, and you're still losing at halftime, and then they hit it with another run in the second half, and and it was kind of a wrap after that. But Cal said Pat Adams charged him. He said we're good, and it was just a weird. It was just a whole bunch of weirdness for several minutes.
Like usually refs can't wait to toss somebody like that. I mean, you like brush up against their shirt and they're like teeing you up and throwing you out.
Yeah,
it was borderline like he borderline kissed him on the lips. Like it was really close. I mean, I didn't know what was going on.
I was like, what?
I thought it was a cute moment. I thought I was watching a Disney movie for a second, and then
it was on the heels of Valentine's Day, so I don't know.
It was. I mean, I rewatched it again. I went back and watched it again. It was still just as weird the second time as it was in real time Saturday. And I'm like, man, this is. I went through all of it again, and it was just, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's like, wow, like you watch that game, it's like a roller coaster, man.
It was.
Emotions. I did think it was cute though. I was like, this is pretty sweet. I'm enjoying this Saturday. Let me tell you.
Now Israel's hooked on basketball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got fights going on. I mean, Juwan Howard palming people's face. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a great weekend for basketball. It really was.
Yeah. How about that? They were telling each other, "Take your mother to Fuddruckers."
That's right. Yeah. Everybody likes a good cheeseburger.
There were fights all week. I mean, you had that fight. You had Cal. And you had the Kentucky game. You got the Georgia assistants, killing each other during halftime of LSU game. I mean, there was a lot going on in basketball.
It's the dog days, man. It's the last couple weeks before the regular season's over with.
People get
March.
Then you got Tom Crean in there in the Zoom call before they cut his feed going, this GA, man, he leaked all that information. And, you know, Tim or whatever his name is. I don't even know our players' names. That's how new they are. Dude sucks. He's terrible. He's costing us the games. And Tom, your feed, it's still live. Oh, cut it. Cut.
Hot mic.
Yeah. Hot mic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that wasn't pretty.
You know what the best part of our show is? I wait for Corey to say "and clear" before I say anything. After we get done, I wait for the "and clear."
That's right.
How many times
it's good.
It happens. This is old as time. You know, dude popping out saying something stupid, getting fired.
I saw it happen. I was interning at 790 The Zone in Atlanta, morning show, and the producer was going to get on like right at the end of the show and say like, I forget what he was going to say, but he puts on the mic and it doesn't go on right away, and the show ends. But you know, obviously still on the air. They weren't clear.
Mm-hmm.
The mic pops on. He goes right when he goes off. Then he got fired next day. He said
Tom
off.
Tom Brenneman for the Reds up there, just letting it rip. And
if there's one of these around you, you've always got to assume it's on, and it's broadcasting you over the air. You always got to assume it's recording you or sending you out over something. Like you cannot.
If I can't use my AirPods, then I don't want to talk. Can't do it. Because if
I
take these out, they go off.
Yeah,
that's true.
You got to assume when they're in.
Out to get you.
When they're in, you're broadcasting to the world. You got to assume that.
Most definitely. And then I know we're Beast of the East. We're supposed to be talking about these, but there's so much in the news going on. The Angie girl, they just dug up tweets about her from back in the day. I saw that today because we were out of school today, so I got to keep up on my social media.
Lucky you. See, now you got to rub it in that you're out of school.
That's why I asked you. I was like, I figured you was out too, Corey. My bad.
Yeah, everyone around me was.
Y'all had to go to school today?
Metro Nashville Public Schools were in school today. We had a teacher work day on Friday.
Oh, y'all had teachers. See, our teacher work day was supposed to be today, but see, my work day thing got canceled. Shout out to our PE director, by the way. She'll appreciate that. So so I got a free day today. But the day goes by faster when you're not at school.
Oh, my bad.
Did your wife leave you a list a mile long of stuff?
No, but I did have my two gremlins today, and they whooped my butt today. Let me tell you.
Papa's tired, huh?
Don't watch your kids, because if they get in a bag of Skittles, then it's gonna be ball game.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How old are
they? They pooped out a rainbow, and every time they ran, there was streaks of rainbow behind them every time they did.
How old are they?
Yes.
2 and 1. Well, the little girl's about to be 3. Should be 3 months.
Yeah.
You in it right now, boy. You in it.
And I don't know if you saw my tweet. I want everybody to pray. Anybody's listening to this, please pray for me, because my son is I don't know where he came from, but he was born during COVID, and these COVID babies are different. And
they come out a little extra jazz.
He does not care. He's so smart and so scary at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all pray for me.
How old is he?
He's 1. He'll be 2 in August.
Yeah, he's in that like crazy hyper gremlin age.
Yeah, he's so mean. I don't know where he gets it. He must get it from his mama.
Yes, just don't let her know you did that.
He definitely gets it from his mama.
But yeah, we're definitely beasts of the East. But yeah, it is totally acceptable to go. I mean, if you listen to SEC After Dark, we go off the rails pretty often. So it happens. But yeah, I mean, if there's big headlines, I'm not afraid to talk about those. Like we're going to dive into Juwan Howard here for a minute, and we're nowhere near the Big Ten. So with Juwan Howard, when I saw that situation at first, I was like, okay, he just attacked this guy, But then I saw the full clip, and I'm like, wait a second. No, hold on. Yeah, he was upset. Yeah, he was the aggressor because he was the one that was mad. But the other guy, like, stopped him and kind of egged it on. So I'm like, well, maybe it's not all Juwan Howard's fault. Maybe he was trying to get away. I don't know. But I don't necessarily think the suspensions were fair, but I guess it just – did he get suspended from the university or did he get suspended by the conference?
He just got suspended for the last 5 regular season games. He still gets to come back to the tournament and stuff.
But from his university?
I don't know. I didn't see that part. I think it was a Big Ten thing.
It's a Big Ten thing? So yeah, that's even worse, in my opinion. Like, the Big Ten should have suspended both of them.
Right. And then, Vinny, let me ask you this. You're a basketball guy a lot more than me. So he was upset because Wisconsin was already up by a lot, and they were beating their subs with his guys because obviously he's keeping his starters in. And Wisconsin calls timeout with, like, I think he said 20-something seconds left or something like that. Personally, me, I'd be upset too. But how do you feel within that situation of calling timeout? I think it's Bush League, in my opinion, to do that. But I don't know. In basketball, it may be a little bit different, but I know in football, if you're up by 20 and you call timeout with 10 seconds left, I'm going to be pissed.
Well, if you got your backups in, though, is it really like – or do you just let them screw up? I don't know. It's like you're coaching, you're teaching them. Let's play to 000. So, I mean, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I don't know, like, because he had his backups in. Like, if he had his starters in, yeah. Like the whole Urban Meyer thing, just to call timeout. Like it just
because we did run on the field the year before.
Yeah. We deserved it. I mean, it was still a dick move, but we did deserve it. He owed us one there. I do agree there.
Every sport got their little pet peeve, petty stuff.
Still a dick move, but
baseball got their little unwritten rules. If you throw at a guy,
they got a whole novel of unwritten rules.
Yeah, basketball, same thing. It was. You can say the same thing if you don't want it to happen. Well, win the game, or he can use his timeouts however he wants. You can get mad, but there's always going to be stuff that, well, I'll remember that he shouldn't have done it. Maybe it is like at the end of the game in basketball where you just dribble it out. Those walk-ons, if they're in there, they might want to chuck up a shot, but it's 15 seconds left. Oh, okay, just everybody just kind of quits and you just dribble around and stand around. That's kind of a gentleman's agreement. Okay, we're not going to score anymore, even though the score's in doubt.
Screw that. If I'm a walk-on, I'm hitting a 3, man. I don't care.
I'm throwing it up.
So I guess
Steph Curry, man. I don't care.
Different schools
might be the only time I ever get in.
It's it. There's some different schools of thought on it, and some guys get rubbed the wrong way. Some guys may, call off the dogs. Some guys might be like, hey, Johnny Benchwarmer, get some shots up. And so guys going to get rubbed the wrong way. He lost the game.
He was already mad.
Yeah, which he said he going to remember that. No doubt he is going to remember that the next time they play.
Remember the ass kicking, not the timeouts.
Yeah.
But he's got a little timeout PTSD, though. Juwan Howard does.
From Chris Webber. Yeah.
Too
Every
soon.
time somebody call timeout, just make sure you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, just don't call timeouts around Juwan Howard now.
So,
God,
you shouldn't have slapped him.
No.
The assistant coach, I don't know why the assistant coach didn't even run up on him. This was between guard and Juwan.
I think the assistant coach just kind of ran in there and just got tagged.
Guard should have grabbed him and tried to stop him if it was. I remember that and keep it moving. He gonna grab him and try to let him know. Well, here's why I was doing it. Oh, just so everybody there was wrongs all around. It takes
just explain it in the press conference and move on. Just avoid the conflict, man.
Call him on the phone if you really want to talk to him. Call him if he'll talk to you. But that wasn't really the time to kind of grab him and let him know. Here's what
horrible timing.
Right. So,
if I'm mad and you touch me, I can't say what I would do next.
Yeah, and if you trying to go somewhere, you're making a beeline somewhere, somebody's gonna grab you,
and you're on the road too. Like Wisconsin fans aren't exactly the nicest people in the world. to opposing, especially they all hate Michigan.
Right.
I have a good friend that's a Wisconsin fan. If he's listening, maybe he can chime in on the chat. But it's they hate Michigan, and so they especially with Juwan Howard and his whole timeout fiasco with the Fab Five, they probably couldn't wait to jump on him, the fans.
Oh, yeah.
So
you already know it.
he was pissed. He wanted to get out of there,
Yeah.
and this guy's like in his way, and he probably takes it the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
And boom.
And like Vinny said, I mean, you know how many times, and Corey, you know this as well, when you've lost the game and you've gotten your tail whooped, you just want to shake hands and just get back to the locker room and leave it alone. You know, you might say something like, hey, I'm going to remember that. Like you said, I'm going to remember that. Yeah, I'm remembering this ass whooping you just gave me because I'm going to hopefully return the favor. You know, that's how I think about it because, you know, that's how I think when I'm shaking people's hands. But people have said some off-the-wall stuff to me during handshakes, and I've had to think to myself, too, should I throw this hand or should I just walk off? You know,
is my principal going to be upset with me if I throw some hands right now?
There are some disrespectful coaches in this league that we live in. So I mean, but nobody's ever put their hands on me either. You know, you can say whatever you want to, but to impede my progress, you know, is totally different. But he impeded his progress into, you know, going forward. You know, so
he shouldn't have grabbed him.
That's the only thing I got. Exactly.
If he said, I'm going to remember that, well, then, you know, you should have just watched Friday. Remember it, write it down. I don't give a, you know.
Exactly.
But don't put your hands on. Let him go on.
He shouldn't have put his hands on him. Juwan Howard shouldn't have reached out and slapped him.
Right.
And
that assistant coach shouldn't have been there to get slapped because he kind of run in there like he was wanting to do something.
Oh, you messed with my head coach.
And then it's like he didn't realize Juwan was 16 and could reach him because he was trying to pop off from distance and wow. You know?
But did you see the way Juwan did it? It was like closed palm till he got there, and then he gradually like palmed this man's side of his head. It was perfect. It was like, come here, let me just put my hand on the side of your head.
It was just the ultimate disrespect.
And then they put it in slow motion too. It was like, oh. As it was going across the screen.
That's going to be a meme somewhere.
Juwan thought he saw Charlie Murphy for a minute. He thought it was that Chappelle. Slap!
What do the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap! Slap! Cold-blooded.
Exactly. We're going to unite these people in Wisconsin right now with this hands to the face.
Yep. God almighty. That's hilarious.
Peace, Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace.
Charlie Murphy. Darkness. God, Chappelle show.
Oh, that was a heavy time.
Yes. Old Dave Chappelle. He's a good one. He's a good one.
It was a great weekend for basketball from top to bottom there. I mean,
well, unless you watch the dunk contest.
Game was great. Even the All-Star game was great too. All 4 quarters was close, and then they was going hard at the end. So even the NBA had it right.
The bad thing now is you look forward to the skills challenge, so the dunk contest, 3-point contest, stuff like that. That's boring now. You know.
Well, there's
the actual All-Star game is pretty good, but
the dunk contest sucks now because there's no dunks that's never been done.
And the big name dudes don't do it. I mean,
don't do it.
Ja Morant's in there. I still think he creates a buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these guys in there, they wouldn't.
Zion. They're talking about Zion being in it. I think that'd have been good. I think he'd have been a good one.
LeBron never did it. They interviewed LeBron that one year. He said, "Yeah, next year I'll be in it," and then he didn't do it. And then he was kind of first, you know, because like Jordan did it. Dominique did.
That's another feather in Jordan's cap. Jordan did the dunk contest multiple years.
Yes, the big dogs was in that thing. Neat, Jordan, you know, all the stars.
The dunk contest was so cool. The stars from other sports did it that one year, like Dion and Michael Irvin and those guys. They did it.
So then LeBron didn't do it, and I was like, man, and I mean, you just missed out on that year. Kobe only did it once, but he did it. And
Kobe did it. Vince Carter only did it once, but I mean, really, these big stars. I mean, you just do one. That's fine.
Right. At
least do one.
Like Ja Morant, if he'd been in it, he would have killed it. So
Like
you
all the
got
big
some
baseball
guys you
stars do
don't
home run
know.
derby.
You got some guys you don't really know, and then if they get out there and struggle and try to do the same dunk 4 or 5 times and don't hit it, and then the crowd's just like, man,
Crowd's
dude,
just bored.
like, get it together, man, come on. And so it just kind of takes the steam out of it. So the 3-point contest was fun. The skill stuff was fun. Shout out to Carl Anthony Towns, a big man, former Cat, winning the 3-point shootout. So I give him his props for that too.
Kind of shows you where basketball is right now. You got big guys winning the 3-point shootout.
Yeah.
So that's why I watch college basketball and watch hands being thrown, a kissing contest, things like that.
Somebody probably landed an RKO somewhere.
This coming weekend got a lot to live up to. This coming weekend got a lot to live up to for college basketball, as far as
the bar set. My expectation of college basketball right now is this high, especially since March Madness hadn't hit yet. I mean, this weekend's got to come with it, or it's just going to be a bust.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be March Madness and WrestleMania at the same time.
But Vinny, what I'm hearing is by BT Dubs is that we're about to take y'all's offensive line coach. By the way,
which one? The one that just came.
The one that just came.
Yinzer?
He is like the number 1 or 2 that they've been talking about. BT Dubs. I just want to let you know that.
What?
Yeah, he's about to be in that red and black, Vinny. And y'all lost your offensive coordinator too just now.
Yeah.
Liam Cohen went to the Rams.
And see, we gotta
do what?
Same thing.
Is he their new OC?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta get used to this. This comes with it when you
got big boy problems now.
In football, you gotta
when you do well.
Yeah. It's a part of it. It's gonna take the football fans a while to get used to this. We're used to Cal rumors. Oh, Cal's going to the Knicks, Cal's going to the Lakers, Cal's going to Cleveland, all that. We're used to that.
Did Thomas Brown, speaking of, did he go with O'Connell?
I don't think he did. I think he stayed because they ended up making Wes Phillips the offensive coordinator. I think that's what he interviewed for.
Okay.
But Vinny, I'll come be y'all's offensive coordinator. I know I said I wouldn't go to college, but I also said if they could pay me, I would go to college. So I mean, you can get a package deal with me and Corey.
Yeah, there you go.
That work.
I'll coach the running backs. Israel will call the plays. I'll be Israel's field general, and Israel can be up in the booth. Unless you're a field guy. Are you a field guy?
I'm either or. If I got coaches I trust on the field, I'll go up top.
If you had your choice.
It gets cold in Lexington in November. You might not like that.
Yeah, I kind of like the way the box feels. Y'all got chicken wings and pizza and stuff in the box, and they feed you well when you go up in the box too.
Yeah, they
do.
The box. They do their thing up there in the box at Kroger Field.
But I also want to show off my really cool coaching gear too, like on the field.
Mm.
Your extra long cargo shorts and your t-shirt from 3 years ago.
No deal. I will never ever coach in shorts. Ever.
Not even
I coach in shorts during the spring game. I will, but I can't coach in shorts.
Well, scrimmages and spring games are different, and you're not coaching in cargo shorts either. You're coaching in probably your athletic shorts.
Anytime shorts got more than 4 pockets, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's what y'all wear during games.
I wear Under Armour khaki golf pants. They feel like sweatpants. That's how comfortable and stretchy they are.
Even in August, that's what y'all wear.
Yeah, we wear pants here in August too. But I don't wear like the polo shirt either. I wear like the t-shirt kind of like this, but it have like our team logo and stuff on it.
I'll wear the short. I'm a short sleeve pullover guy. I wear the short sleeve pullover in the summer. The quarter zip short sleeve.
Yeah.
With the coaching shirt underneath it. That's me. And a visor.
Oh, visor. To stay on the whole game.
I'm a visor.
Depends.
You spur that visor from time to time.
I can't say that I haven't spurred the visor from time to time. I can't deny that.
Yeah. I'm a headset thrower. I throw like a headset.
Too expensive.
But I throw it from the headset, like the earphone though. So when I throw it, like it doesn't really like break. So I let it go. But then you can bring it back because it has a cord to it. So, I never throw it from the microphone.
Mine's wireless. You don't rip it off like Kirby does from here and just.
I don't do that.
Flail it.
Yeah.
No, I do the dramatic like throw it off and then throw my hat.
Man, when I'm in the box, things get thrown a lot.
You playing?
I almost went out there through the window one time.
When I'm in the box, I cuss way more.
I'd be in there clowning
because I can't throw anything, so I just pace. Are you a pacer, Israel?
No, I'm a thrower. I feel a lot better if I throw something.
No, just like in general, not when you're mad. Just like in general.
No, well, no, not really.
I'm a pacer. Like even when I'm up in the box, I'm like pacing back and forth. Well, I don't really sit down.
Like Lou Holtz, you just walk 47 miles in the game during one game.
Oh, I get my steps, man. I get them in. My Apple Watch is can't really see it. My Apple Watch is like on fire. My watch dies most every Friday night.
That Lou Holtz, boy.
Yeah. Yep, I'm pacing. I probably walk 5 miles up, even when I'm up on the top. I'm.
Yeah, I can't do that. I usually stand still because I'm either trying to not throw something, not cuss the referee out, or there's a lot.
I have to walk away so I don't do that stuff. I have to pace to keep myself physically busy. Like for some reason, if I'm pacing, I'm not throwing anything.
Like if you think I'm funny, like on Twitter, you should see me during football games because I'll give the referees the business, and there's nothing they can do about it. You can throw me out, but I mean, what justification do you have to throw me out? That's usually my go-to. Like if I was in college and I get to say whatever I want to these referees, man, do you know what I would say to some of these? Because you watch like Kirby and like Nick Saban like go off on a referee, like that's where I'm trying to be in a couple of years. I'm trying to be like that guy.
When you're the head coach, you can definitely have carte blanche.
Yes, I'm trying to let them fly like all the time. You never know. I might get headbutt a coach, like Coach K. I mean, Coach C, my bad. Coach C.
Coach Cal, yeah. Then you just say, yeah, I saw Calipari do it, so, why not? The principal pulls you in.
They're kicked out the game, so, I mean, hey.
Well, I let the F-bombs fly, man. I'm pretty funny during a game, too. I'm like,
yeah, buddy.
Especially when I'm like in my cocky, arrogant mood,
Oh.
I get in that mode sometimes.
Just smug.
Yeah, I wear my Apple Watch during the games too, and my mom texts me. I was going off one game, so my mom texted me. She just happened to be there. She was like, I can hear you all the way in the stands. Now, mind you, there's a track in between the stands and a grass area in between it too.
Was this when you were at Valwood, or was this this year?
No, this was this year. She said, I can hear you.
Just happened to be there.
She just happened to be there. I didn't know she was coming.
So what's the worst press box you've ever been in? Worst press box situation?
One in Thomas County Central here in South Georgia. It's a really nice press box, but when I was at Valdosta, the radio people were in the booth with us, which is already a problem. So I was letting F-bombs fly left and right during that one. And at one point, they heard me on the radio, let one ride. And they said, Coach Troupe, they can hear you on the radio. I said, I don't give a bleep. I said, y'all ain't supposed to be in here anyway. So said if they don't want to hear it, then they should turn off the radio. Got a game to coach.
Got some people to cuss out on the headset.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. No, I was in a.
We won that game, 52 to something another, but it was rough when I was going off there.
I had to. We were at Montgomery Central this past season. This was by far the worst. They put us in this little room. I swear it's as big as this computer screen. For me and my film guy. For me and my film kids. So I'm like in this little tiny. So my only option is to stay crammed in this box where I can't even really see I can't really see the red zone on one end of the field without like leaning out the window. So instead, I just pace the back row. And there's people sitting there. I'm just pacing back and forth. I'm just calling out plays. I'm letting F-bombs fly. And there's people all around me. Like I'm just in the crowd calling plays. That was me.
And not caring at all.
Not giving one shit at all. Pardon my French. But yeah, that was brutal. I'm like,
it's rough out here in these streets sometimes. You go to some place, you're like, what am I supposed to do with that?
Where am I going to be? You want me to be where? Is that, can a human body fit there?
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of the I say this very sarcastic. One of the best situations was during the pandemic year. Instead of putting me in the press box, they put me on the visitors bleachers. Well, there was nobody there, so I just had the whole entire visitor side to myself.
The amount of disrespect there, I'd be like, no, I'm not doing that.
Oh, they wouldn't let my film guys in there. I was mad.
Oh, that's terrible.
I cussed out their AD. You gotta be effing kidding me.
I would love to be in the press box with an SEC, well, any coach in general that's up in the box. Because I bet Coach Monken is going, he looks really calm. He looks scarily calm during football games. And, I remember Coach Bobo, you hear him, he come and talk to Aaron or Matt or something, and you just hear him just spazzing out up there in the radio. I can only imagine, what Coach, if Coach Stoops was up in the press box, what would he be saying? Because he looks like he's just MFing people left and right.
Yeah, his face is always some shade of red. He's always ready to.
He's always he's completely turned.
Especially in early years, boy, when it was trying to get it turned around. Oh man, yeah, he was
literally one play away from having a brain aneurysm.
Yeah,
the way he looks. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like his head was going to just explode clean off his body.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is, man. So, before I forget, we're 41 minutes into the show. I wanted to tell you guys that the Russian bots hadn't come yet because they heard that we're presented by Nord VPN. So what's more important than peace of mind? Nothing. And that's what NordVPN is here for, to give you peace of mind while you're online. And with all the threats that you face today on the internet, it's more important than ever to be sure that you have the best VPN that you can get. NordVPN is the world's best VPN service, offering the fastest connectivity, the most servers, and next-gen encryption to make sure everything you do online stays secure. Plus, you can use NordVPN on all your computers and devices, no matter the operating system. With NordVPN's unlimited bandwidth, you never have to worry about slow connection either. And the plans start at just under $4 per month. So, grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/Bleav or just use the promo code Bleav. That's BLEAV to get up to 70% off of your NordVPN plan plus one additional month for free. It's also risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. So jump on board. Whisk away all of those Russian bots. They won't bother you. Also, our brand new sponsor, Athletic Greens. So tons of people take multivitamins. I try to, but fail. But most importantly, they choose one that is top quality. With one delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, you are absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to start your day right. Their special blend of ingredients supports gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, energy, recovery, focus, and aging, which is what I might need in Israel, which is what you might need with your 1-year-old, especially after today. So it's also lifestyle friendly, and it fits a wide range of diets. So for Israel on the Atkins diet, and Vinny on the South Beach diet,
absolutely,
and me on the Bunny Boy diet, it's good. It's good for you. So there's only 1 gram of sugar and no chemicals or artificial anything. So reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop and a cup of water every day. That's it. And to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Bleav. That's BLEAV. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Bleav. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not to be intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Dude, that was good. I felt like I was watching the commercial. That was really good right there at the end.
That was.
Nord VPN, Athletic Greens. Corey got it, man.
Would you Bleav that I practiced that? So, yeah. So the Russian bots, man, they're scared now.
I almost literally bought this the other day, the Athletic Greens, and now that they're sponsoring us, I'm definitely about to get it now.
Yeah. Oh boy, where's Nord VPN now?
Yes, sir.
Who's this?
Get in there.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, it was all fun. Yeah.
Cool, and sweep that out.
Yep. Got to figure out how to sweep that one out. Let's see here.
There are some terrible people in the world.
We're going to block you. We're going to block that. We're going to. Now, how do I? All right, I blocked them. Now, how do I delete it? There's no delete function here.
I don't know. We got to figure that out. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's not good. Add to block list. Oh, here we go.
Angie Seymour standing alone. Yeah,
I know. She had a great question. Then you get this going on.
Then this joker here.
Yeah.
Well, they're blocked.
So no future appearances.
Yeah,
no upcoming episodes from that.
Yes. Yeah, that's terrible. That's not. Yeah.
No need for that.
Wow. Okay.
So they got rid of Coach Mason. He's no longer with the program. I just read.
Oh. Yeah. Speaking of a mess, Georgia basketball. Yeah.
Man, I sent that to y'all, which I knew y'all already knew, but
yeah.
I think both of y'all said he's just trying to get fired now. He trying to wring his own neck.
Yeah, I think he's just
way to go out there.
Well, I guess if you're gonna get that, there we go. I'll just get rid of the chat. How about that? I guess if you're trying to get rid of the buyout, or you're trying to collect the buyout in his case, yeah.
But I'm not trying to get fired. Then if he gets fired,
he still gets the. Yeah, I guess.
With calls, yeah. That voids the whole contract, right?
Yeah, it does. So if I'm him, I'm trying to hang on for dear life because I'm getting fired in 2 weeks anyway.
Yeah, I'm not going out like that. I'm trying to collect all my coins.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
If y'all win the SEC tournament.
Exactly. We're going
get
to
that
watch this.
large
We're going to win
bid.
the SEC tournament, and he's about to get a little raise before he goes out. He's, all right, appreciate it.
It'd be Dennis Felton all over again. He was about to get fired.
He's going to orchestrate a tornado, I bet.
And had to keep him for another year. It's like that year when Kentucky beats Tennessee finally to end that 27-year losing streak. We stormed the field, and on the field, I was like, "Look, man, y'all know this means another year, Joker Phillips. We'll worry about that next year. Let's just storm the field and enjoy this." But if Cream wins the SEC tournament, that means y'all got to bring him back because he got you to the tournament after being trash all year.
Despite all the negativity that followed this team this year, we come back and win the SEC tournament. No, because you still got to go, my boy. Can't even do it.
Yeah, bro.
Can't even do
it. Congrats, man! But we'll let the next guy take this thing over. Bruh, you got to move on. You gone.
And as my coach says, I ain't even going to hold you. I'm going to let you go.
Yep. This thing ain't gonna
but
work.
I can understand. I can understand why. I never condone violence. I'm more of a word guy myself. But if it's already a rough season, you don't want to be berated anymore. If the allegations are true, did. I think it could have been handled a little bit differently, but at the same time, you got a non-coach, berating a player who's already defeated anyway because we're getting our eyes beat in every night.
Yeah.
As a coach, I'm gonna say something, and whatever happens after that happens. But
yeah,
I'm never one to berate a player, for anything really, especially from a person who doesn't coach me every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things to where don't kick them while they're down already.
Right. Exactly. You can't do that. It's not a good thing. So, but who knows? Can't wait to see the coaching hot board there in a couple of weeks. Maybe it's maybe we get Juwan Howard. Maybe he can come and palm some guys in the SEC. Hell, Auburn hired a controversial guy who got in trouble with the NCAA. Look where they are. Nobody cares. Yeah. So hire Juwan Howard. Who cares?
I keep hearing Rick Pitino left and right.
No,
don't. We don't need his old crusty ass.
Yeah, he's going to do like Coach Cal. He's going to get some young guys that are.
He's like 100. He's like 100 years old.
He's almost 70. He's up there now, owner, and he's.
Dude's
he
just
look. He's. I don't know.
Dude's about to be in chill mode. I guess if we hire him, anything would be better than what we got right now. So.
Yeah, we get Coach Williams out of retirement.
He'd have him playing some ball.
Yeah, get Roy.
We get Roy Williams out of retirement.
We convince Krzyzewski not to retire. Hey Krzyzewski, you want a true rebuild? You want a true rebuild here?
I haven't seen a lot of South Carolina games. North Carolina games when they're at home. But the couple I have seen, there's Roy sitting right there front and center. I bet Hubert Davis probably would be like, man, I wish you would get a job somewhere else. Quit looking over my shoulder.
No, leave it alone, bro.
So is it too soon for Georgia fans to hire Billy Donovan?
Ooh.
I don't think he's doing anything. I think he got fired. Did he get canned by the Thunder?
He's in Chicago, and the Bulls are having a great season.
Can we get Brad Stevens? Are the Celtics going to fire Brad Stevens?
He is. He's like in the front office. He's not coaching. He moved. He stopped. He stepped down from coaching.
Can we convince him to get back into coaching at the college level?
Nia Long's husband is the coach of the Celtics now, or boyfriend or something. But anyway, Nia Long. It's yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
I like the Luke Walton maybe.
Oh,
It's not a bad choice.
Yeah, somebody with a little swag about them, come in, different ideas.
Ty Lue,
You know,
Doc Rivers. What about Doc Rivers? What if we hired Doc Rivers?
Wow.
No,
Wow.
them kids been done jumped on Doc Rivers.
True. Can we
You
get
understand? You gotta bring in somebody who can relate to kids. He's been dealing with grown men for forever. The mentality's got to be a little bit different.
Here you go. Here's somebody who's looking for something to do. Phil Jackson.
That would be hilarious.
Phil Jackson. Do I sound like a Tennessee fan yet?
You see Phil strutting down, lumping, just walking, walking down the street.
Walking in his like yoga apparel.
Yeah, sweatpants and collar shirt tucked in.
Yep.
Sitting on the bench with that big UGA chair that's a foot taller than everybody else's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's already 6'10".
Yeah. And that
Like
super mega cushion in his chair. His chair was a foot higher than everybody else's.
It was in the middle of the bench too. It wasn't at the end of the bench. Those poor people that got the seats right behind him were screwed. They weren't seeing
I hope he stands up.
They never prayed for the upper deck more than that night.
Exactly. It'll be good, but it's going to be interesting to see. Because we got to get somebody in. Like I said,
Becky Hammonds is ready to take over the Spurs, so we can get Popovich.
Because Mark Fox was seemingly a good hire when y'all hired him. Crean was seemingly
Mark Fox was not a recruiter when he came in.
Because it was he was at Nevada.
Has to be really good.
Yeah,
he was at Nevada.
He was okay at developing, but he got so far behind him in the talent gap that he had a hard time developing.
Like, just go to Atlanta. Go to Atlanta and get a couple of hoopers just right down the road, yo.
And Felton was a disaster. I don't know why he's a mid-major guy. He was in over his head. I feel like Mark Fox was in over his head a little bit too. He didn't know how to handle the SEC stuff. Jim Herrick was a dirtbag, but he was great for us.
That's why I think we got to get a young NBA person that kind of knows the landscape, of the game, because you're recruiting anyway. So you're recruiting Georgia Tech, Georgia, and all those. So the Atlanta area. You got experience, with development and things like that.
But one of Nate McMillan's assistants with the Hawks.
Something of that nature, to where the kid, he knows the landscape, can bring some excitement to the program. Like we talked on our thing, Corey, you got to bring somebody that has the place jumping. When you go watch Kentucky play basketball, it's jumping. Now, when you go watch Auburn play, it's jumping. I watched the Georgia Ole Miss game the other day, and
it wasn't jumping.
There's people in the stands making sandwiches. I saw one lady making a quilt. It was just more, So you got to bring something back.
It's probably true. That's the funny part, and the sad part. It's probably true.
I was just like, it was more exciting when I was there. That was the Mark Fox and Coach Felt era. And we had to jump it in there. Football players don't go to basketball games like they used to.
No.
More people, and this is not a knock by anything, I'm just saying, more people. Jordan Davis was at the gymnastics meet the other day.
Good for gymnastics.
It's not a knock to basketball, but at the same time, it's because they do well.
They're probably going to see Joni's games, the women's games.
Those games are lit.
I've seen those games are more excitement. Yeah. Those girls get after it, man.
Yeah, they do.
I never thought in a million years I would watch women's basketball, but I did.
I bet right now, if the boys were practicing on the court, the girls come in and tell them to get their ass off the court. Move, this is our court. They're like, tell them to move. I'm willing to put my paycheck on it right
now. They bust up in there and they take both courts.
And their balls.
Yeah.
And their Gatorade cooler.
That's right. They're like, get out of here. They're like, get out of here, man.
And make them wash their uniforms and towels.
Mm-hmm.
Right about that. Matter of fact, you go pack our bags. How about that?
Right. That's right. Before we get out of here, Georgia baseball getting off to a good start. They got a sweep.
They did. Did Kentucky play this weekend?
Yeah, they were down in Jacksonville. They won the series. We got to wait for the warm weather to hit in Lexington a little bit.
Oh yeah.
They always open up down
Cold
south.
up there.
Ping!
Softball,
Ping of those
softball.
bats hurts your rings your hands. I know that feeling.
Softball's doing their thing. Mark Stoops got his wish with some facilities upgrades because the indoor facility still had the track around it, and it kind of cut off the corner of the end zone. So they're going to redo all that, and the track's going to get their own deal. Football's going to get a new facility where, the track's not around the indoor field. So they put some private donations into that.
Did Georgia get another upgrade to their football facility? Israel, if I'm reading this correctly?
Did they do something else to it?
I think so. Either that or they're just now finally showing it off.
Because last I checked, they had everything in there except for a movie theater.
They might have added it. Yeah, they've added some like stuff on the walls. I think is what they've enhanced some of the stuff on the walls, like the LED type signs on the walls and stuff.
Yeah,
they added some of their national championship flavor to it.
I can't wait to watch Kentucky Tennessee play baseball because that is a really good series when they do play.
Oh, there's gonna be some plunks.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, also,
y'all
from
hate
Roddy,
each other more in baseball. I feel like more than football.
Yeah,
like they go at it in baseball.
Yeah,
they do.
Took the kids to it. Was it? Well, I took them in Knoxville. That was maybe 2 years ago. I went in Lexington. Me, my kids, my dad. That was funny about the new parks. We got to go see the new park now because Kentucky's got we get facilities everywhere. Got a new baseball stadium now, new softball stadium. So got to go up there and see the new baseball stadium. Hopefully the team is the product on the field a little bit better because past couple years they missed out on the postseason. So hopefully they can get that turned around. But yeah, we hate Tennessee across the board really.
Mm-hmm.
I think it stems from football. The hatred stems from they had that streak in football. They hate Kentucky in basketball.
Everybody hates Kentucky in basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. And
somebody's gonna get hit in that series. That's every day, every single game, somebody gets hit. And it's on purpose. You can tell. Like they make it look like an accident. But you're like, he hit it on purpose. Getting
poked in the eye, getting scraped across the face.
Yeah.
Tennessee likes to brag. Here's their thing. They love to brag on, we beat Kentucky in basketball more than anybody. And they've won 75, 76 times in the history of the series. Kentucky leaves the series like 158 to 76 or whatever it is. So, look, Tennessee fans, y'all could sweep us for the next 40 years before y'all could even tie the series. So, calm down. Quit acting like y'all doing something so great. Yes, y'all have won more. We played y'all more than anybody, too. But you still lost, 2/3 of the game. So calm down, Tennessee fans. Just calm down.
That's right. Simmer down, hound.
Yes. Look at the big picture. Yes, y'all won 76. But y'all lost 100 and nearly 160. So just
relax a little bit.
Yes.
Small victories. They say small victories.
Mm-hmm. Old Tennessee fans, man, they're not exactly the most rational bunch most of the time. So
they try to spin stuff. Look at it this way. If
you look at the last 4 years,
yes.
Yeah.
Rick
Barnes he's got a basketball program now. Coach Cal, we beat y'all last year. Yeah, Tom Crean beat y'all last year. Yeah, so
They
what?
sure did.
Congratulations. Y'all were terrible last year, but you're not anymore.
Yes.
Who cares? Who cares if you were terrible last year? Merry Christmas. Does anybody care that Georgia was decent last year? No. No. We don't. We do not. So, but ladies and gentlemen, it has been about an hour and 5 minutes. We're gonna wrap this whole thing up. All right. Had a very eventful show in more ways than one, but I had my first block of my podcasting live streaming career, so I'm off the schneid when it comes to blocking and reporting people. So we appreciate you joining the chat, but not in that way whatsoever. That's just disturbing. So that's we can't condone that. That's so I had to block them. And I think apparently if you take the chat overlay off and put it back on, it will actually look at there. Ooh. It will actually reset the chat. So
that's good. People as grown-ups, and I say this all the time because we are the biggest kids ever to run this thing on. I mean, we got to grow up, guys. Like, that was bad. We're all about fun and games and things like that, but that was just in that chat was absolutely terrible. And I hope that when you get reported, they're able to catch it, because things like that aren't funny.
Yeah, it's not. That's not. There's a lot of different ways you can be funny. That's not one of them, man. That's not one of them.
Yeah. We're all about sarcasm and stuff, but that right there is uncalled for.
That's not sarcasm. That's somebody that's going to end up on the news here pretty soon.
That's sick.
So, with that being said, we do appreciate you for listening. I know a few of you had joined in. I saw the numbers go up a little bit. So, but like I said, we are the Beast of the East podcast on the Bleav Podcast Network, also y'all's conference network as well. On the video side of it, we're presented by Bleav. We're also presented by Betonline.ag, Nord VPN, which would have came in real handy earlier, and also Athletic Greens as well. So go check out all our sponsors. Check out Vinny at Bleav in Kentucky. He's going to have some good programming in there this week. Check Israel and I out on Bleav in Georgia Dawgs. Unfortunately, Illegal Motion is in hibernation right now, so we're not recording episodes right now, but that's more of a seasonal thing. And of course, SEC After Dark as well. You can check me out on that with Stephen Willis, Jake Thomas, and Jeb Beecham on that program. But we are Beasts of the East. This is one of the best shows on the Bleav Podcast Network. I truly believe that, pun intended. And we hope you join us here next week, and we'll see you back here shortly. We hope you have a great rest of your week and an even better weekend. And if you're in Tennessee, stay dry.
Yeah, for real. It's coming.
Yep.
Couple hours, supposed to hit here and rain all week.
Yep, it's raining right now. So,
you
goodbye.
Send it to me then.
Yep. Goodbye and go Dogs.
Peace.
Cats.